For those of you who don't know me, just real briefly, I have been with Raise a Healing Church for maybe 11. Well, I've been a minister of healing for maybe 11 years now. Um, I've known Wanda since 2010, I guess. Um, and I'm part of her faculty, which is a certified program, which used to be called Energy Masters Institute. Now it's Wanda Lassiter Lundy Institute for learning about healing modalities. So she teaches all kinds of different classes. Um, I'm one of her faculty members. And let's see, I'm a retired electrical engineer for maybe almost 40 years now. So um, I've I have I've published 4 books. I'm on my fifth one, children's books about body awareness and mindfulness. And it's ties in with this today. Today we're going to do a guided meditation. I'll walk us through um, a process whereby I tap into the energy, having already set the intent that this guided meditation today is about activating the light within us. Um, and it's very experiential process. And I'll just be um, at times uh, informing you about what I'm feeling in my body and my awareness, energy awareness, and what's coming in energetically. And you all have your own experiences, of course. We all have our own experiences, but I'd invite you all into a process where you feel what that means for you and how that can be a healing process for each of you. And then at the end, we'll have like 15 minutes and anybody can share. They don't have to share their experiences of what they felt, what they experienced through this meditation. And that's about it right now. I guess any questions at this point? We can always chat about 1:15. It'll be roughly about an hour. So feel free to just get comfortable. You can close your eyes. You can, just lie back on a sofa, on a recliner, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you comfortable. And then I'll just uh, let us know in an hour when it feels complete, and we'll just go from there. I'm going to say a prayer first, and then we'll just go right into it. Divine infinite spirit, thank you for being with us, flowing through us and all around us. We ask that we are clear, centered, balanced, aligned, and grounded, filled with love, light, peace, and joy. We ask for the help of the ascended beings, the masters, the guides, the angels, the archangels, the intergalactic beings, the intergalactic councils, Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Ariel, Saint Germain, Master Buddha, Master Christ, the karmic board, and we ask that these souls receive everything that is in their highest good. And so it is. So the energy is coming in. It's coming in and encapsulating us in a safe containment. The energy comes down through our physical body, surrounding our physical body and our subtle bodies. It contains all of us as a group as well in the sacred space. And as it contains this sacred space, it's actually harmonizing the energy with all of us. Redistributing the energy so that the common themes that are amongst us have a much powerful way of healing us in these moments. This is all preparation. This is all preparation in our sacred space, our containment fields. It's just pushing out any energy that doesn't necessarily belong. We all show up at this time and we have our moments beforehand that we just can now relax into our own calm, peaceful energy, settling our nervous system so that we can gain the most out of this time for the energy to help us for our own well-being. It continues to clear out debris, doing kind of a housekeeping. It's clearing our brains. You may feel it in your head. It's just clearing out so our minds can be very, very relaxed. Easing any tension in our heads. You also may feel some tingling of activation on the skin, the whole containment of our physical body, skin being the largest organ in the body. The body's bioelectric fields are just subtly activating. You may feel that through your arms or legs or torso. It's all encompassing around the perimeter of our body. And then it just sweeps out through our subtle bodies that make up our aura. Soothing, sweeping, distributing energy in a graceful way to calm our entire energy field, helping to calm our nervous system, feeling the energy down through our legs to feel the groundedness coming in during this process. Getting a firm footing with Mother Earth, deeper and deeper connection with Mother Earth. Our brain continues to relax. Shoulders begin to relax. Eyes, different parts of our face begin to relax. The energy comes down through our fingers. You may feel it as a tingling. Redistribution of energy. Again, a sense of preparation. This preparation within our body for more energy to come. Energy is moving up from our feet, up through our root and out through our crown. Energy continues up through the different levels to the angelic level, activating the facets in our crown to make more of the divine connections, cosmic connections, further connections with the angelic realm. Invite yourself to feel an angel or archangel or multiple ones with you. I feel we all have them present right now, especially behind us. Allow yourself to be open for that support. We're being fully supported. Take a few deep breaths and just let it out slowly. Allow your nervous system to relax even more. As you relax, more energy comes in, moves through the torso, I do feel that the energy wants to help with any releasing of any kind of grief that may be felt within you. Allow yourself to just breathe out any grief that is ready and willing to release, which is no longer needed to be held. There's a pink energy coming in, soothing, green energy moving through as well. I invite you to connect with your higher self. and perhaps see your higher self within you, sitting there in a lotus position inside of you, inside of your core, your torso region, looking out of your physical body, perhaps appearing to be just your physical body is just a shell, a kind of transparent shell that you can just, from your higher self perspective, you can just look out and all around as your higher self sits there in a calm state of being. As you see your higher self, I call this the inner mindfulness master within each of us. Perhaps you want to call it your inner Buddha. Imagine your higher self sitting there and the crown aligning with your physical crown, your physical head and crown region above your head, and everything aligning. Feel how the region of the top of your physical head is excited with energy. The excitation of energy from the crown as it moves out to all those divine realms. And as the energy goes up, feel how you become even more deeply grounded. Because when that energy goes up, it wants to go down as well in that equal amount. Or you could keep oscillating back and feeling it down below your feet as it goes deeper into the earth. And then the energy will expand above your crown that much more. As above, so below. And our energy just expands as we reach higher and deeper below us into the earth. Our energy, our core opens up and expands all around us. You may feel the energy continues to move out farther and farther, spacing out, but not in a spacey feeling way, in a more grounded feeling way. Feel that as our particles space out, we become lighter, but that lightness invites us into a deeper sense of grounding. One might think that grounding is meant to feel heavy, but it's in the space that gives us the greatest feeling of fully inhabiting our body, and which in turn gives us a deeper sense of grounding. And as we space the particles within our field, that's when congested energy can just dissipate, because it's not all clumped up anymore. It just finds its way to just dissipate. And gives us the gift to allow ourselves to let go from whatever is no longer needed. Feel your seat, feel your connection in your seat. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel that level of connection going deep, deep, deep into the earth as the energy moves deeper and deeper. And then as a result, extends up through the great central sun and downward all the way to the core of the earth. And again, another continuation of the process for the energy to go and expand outward. I feel this going out through the cosmos, expanding, continually expanding. You might feel some releases from your root, letting go of any fears, deeper connection with the earth. I think this is part of the preparation. It's actually doing some work on our hearts energetically, letting go anything that no longer serves us, that is and has been contained within our heart, no longer needed. There's a nice flow down through our crown, down through our root, more releases from the root going down through the earth. Feel the activation in the skin. Feel where on your body there wants to be more electrification on any portions of your skin throughout your body. Put the awareness there and ask the energy to redistribute and be more uniform so that the bioelectric fields can be much more continuous all around our physical skin and just under, working on the fascia, all that connective tissue under our skin, more near the surface, asking all of the communication to work with ease and grace so that we feel connected within us and all around us. Trust the process, allow the healing. Knowing you are in a safe containment held by many of the angels and ascended masters. I'm guided to ask. This is this is typically not what may come up in a lot of my meditations, but I was guided to invite the karmic board, and I'm being shown that I'd like you to ask yourself what you feel that you would like to ask to be released, that you feel that you have paid your karmic debt with. And this could be anything. It could be with individuals or anything that comes to your mind or your awareness that you want to be complete and that you feel this is the opportunity that you wish to ask the karmic board to review this for completeness. I see the karmic board, and all you have to do is see yourself approaching this as I see a table where they sit, and put your documents on that table and say, I wish to release whatever it is and then let go and trust the process. You may sit back and observe. So let's take a few minutes and identify what you'd like to be complete with. If it's certain individuals that you feel like you are complete with regarding some karmic debt, some karma that you feel that is ready to release, then just put that document out and sign it on the table and let the karmic board take that. You may see those individuals showing up as well. If there's more than one, maybe you won't, but it depends on your experience. But just trust what you feel, trust what you see, you hear, however it comes to you. The words that come to me is, this is complete. I have fulfilled my obligation. I have learned what I needed to learn. I am complete. And when it feels right, in that peaceful flow, just share gratitude with the karmic board and feel free to walk away. And when you have walked away, we will all sit together. We will sit together in a circle, sitting in a lotus position in a circle. I see three of us. We'll just take our time, trust the process. Some of you may be thinking too much. Trust that what you're doing is you're letting go something that no longer serves you. One more sits down. As we sit in our circle, this begins the process of activating that light within us. Allow the embers to light so brightly from every cell within our body. going to the deepest parts of ourself, our billions of cells within our body, informing one to inform the next to inform the next, as they all just continue to fire up in activation. Allow it to be easy, no efforting. All you have to do is sit there and allow it to happen. The bioelectric field grows in frequency, vibration increases, magnitude, amplitude, all continue to increase. Exponential awareness, feel the anchoring of your being with the earth. Feel how deeply grounded you are, deeply connected. Allow that light to continue to grow, expand, relaxing every fiber of your being. I see some of you shaking hands with the karmic board, excited. I'm taking you on a short walk. We're on a mountainside. We're almost to the edge of a mountain where we're just going to sit on the edge, let our feet dangle over, looking in awe over the view that is out there, feeling the cosmos. No need to do anything, just sitting, relaxing, and allowing. As you sit on the edge of the cliff, I'm inviting you, don't do anything right now, but I'll model this. I'm going first. This is metaphorical. To just let go and take flight. This is all about just letting go, trusting that there's just open air and taking flight like an eagle and allowing yourself to spread your wings, your angelic wings, to take flight. I launch from the edge. And if you feel comfortable, let yourself go and just allow the divine to be there for you to take flight. Just like birds, baby birds, when they take flight from the nest, and feel how if and when you let go, that you just glide and soar. But at the same time, feel how grounded you are in this process. Feel how, even though you are soaring in the air, you are so deeply connected with the earth. I see some of you flying effortlessly, enjoying the freedom to glide wherever the wind takes you in the flow, trusting the process, being held so deeply by all the angelic support. And as you glide around, you'll spiral very gently down the canyon, and we'll all meet down by the door that awaits us. And I'll wait for you all, whether you are taking flight or you come down to that door in a different way, however that process takes place is all perfect. We'll all meet by the door. I see some of you already showing up. And as all we gather, before we walk through that door and return, know as you walk through the threshold, an angel will hand you something. Put your hand out, receive the gift. This is specifically for you individually. For you and only you. As the door opens, take your time, walk through, open your hand, receive the gift. that awaits you. And we gather on the other side of that door. And as we all open our gift, we will slowly begin to open our eyes, gradually just get a sense of the colors in the room and just feel the groundedness that still exists within you. And notice how you feel versus how you felt before we began. Welcome back, everyone. We have Jane and Alice. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Any anyone care to share anything? Any experiences?
Doug, I'll be glad to share. I loved that meditation. I was a couple minutes late, about 10 or 15 minutes late. Couldn't open up my computer, so I finally gave up and got you on my cell phone. And I thought it's okay, as long as I can see you and hear you, that's enough. But the inviting the karmic board to me was a stroke of genius because there was one part when you said, I are, like coming in front of the karmic board. The two people who showed up were two young men from my high school years. One of them was a young man who I fell in love with, and another one was a young man who fell in love with me. And I kind of spurned him. And in the case of the young man I fell in love with, after 5 years of coming back and forth into my life and promising me that when we reached the age of 21 that we would get married, I knew with every bone, every ounce of my being, that when I saw him the last time, which was a month before I turned 21, that that would be the last time I would ever see him. And I was correct. I never saw him after that. And so there was one point where I asked my guides who he was and why I had, because I had fallen so madly, deeply, completely in love with him. And the answer was that he was the collective soul of every single person I had ever loved.
Wow.
That pull was very strong, but that wasn't my mission in this lifetime to live with somebody. And in the other case, the young man who fell in love with me, I found out that at age 42, when he was in the same class I was in, when we both turned 42, he passed away. And
Mm.
I had two small children, so I presume if I had married him, I would have been a widow with two small kids to raise. So that was extremely, again, interesting to me. But because both of my marriages, my first and my second, were karmic. And there were issues that I needed to work out with both of them. And the last thing I want to share, then I'll get off, is the gift that the angels gave me was a scroll, and on the scroll was my name, and underneath it was a life well lived.
Oh, I just got goosebumps. That's awesome.
Thank you, because there have been times where I kept thinking, am I really accomplishing anything? Really, and so that, to me, again, that was from the karmic board and the angelic realm, but that was like a validation that whatever I came here to do, I have accomplished, and I'm still in the process of accomplishing. But and with every bone in my body, I knew I had to be here for your presentation, because I think I missed the last one. Uh, but I absolutely knew I had to be here. So I really thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm just so happy for you. That's terrific.
Thank you.
It was totally unexpected before um this morning I started getting these hits of the karmic board showing up, and I'm like, what, like, what's that all about? How's that tie? So I didn't want to try to think about. I just, it's just going with the flow and what's coming in for whatever reason and trusting it. So that's that's wonderful.
Yeah, totally. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else like to share? Jane.
I wasn't here long because I had a flat tire and had to take care of that. But I immediately started to feel, now I'm getting chills. I immediately start to feel the energy coming to me immediately. And I was riding in the woods and I could feel it there too. But when I came here, immediately felt it.
Wonderful. Yeah, I had a similar experience as you, Alice, with I just saw the karmic board right there, and I had some individuals in my life, one of which my um, former spouse, of letting go some of those particular aspects um, that I felt that I was already had let go of, but there's always some residual things that come up. And I got the gift of what was it? A trumpet that represented like the um, joy, bringing, joy into my life. That's like um, the musical aspect of that trumpet playing in a joyous way. So um, it just felt like more like some aspects of completion, so that and being able to take flight into this next phase of my life. So that was my experience. But the karmic board was very strong through this whole process, interestingly enough. How about you, Debbie? Would you like to?
I'll share. Gosh, that was really wonderful. It was really healing for me. There was a few things that really stand out, and it was a lot of healing actually over my loved ones who had passed, my oldest son and my dad. And when we were gonna walk through the door and receive the gift, both of them were kind of on the other side behind the angels, and I received like 2 balls of light, and they were also somehow from my dad and my son, to be able to give me more like peace and strength to be able to continue doing the work that I was meant to do here, because I think it's kind of paused a bit, and maybe it paused a bit when my dad passed. And so the light to just sort of, I don't know, I just took them in, and they just felt like these warming balls of light to take in and try to heal from inside so that I could continue to do the work I was meant to do. And then the other thing that really stood out is when you said to go, up the mountain and like, sitting on the edge, and like I again felt the warm light from the sun, and I just like curled up and went to sleep. And then, but as soon as you started to say you said something to get up, I knew we were supposed to fly. And you said you were gonna fly first, and don't go yet. But I was already taking off in flight. But that was so wonderful. I really loved it. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. That's terrific. Yeah, I see your father and your son are they're definitely one together. That's so beautiful how they've come together in such strong support of you and your process and your journey.
I felt them both there with me when I went through that door.
Christine.
Well, I felt like you were a very warm and grounded support. And I'm dealing with some fatigue, so there were times where you lulled me into sleep. Maybe that was good. I don't know. What really um was powerful was as we approached the hillside, and I had the sense also that you wanted us to fly. And I did some of that, but then I pulled back. And what was really moving was the angels said, well, we will help you. Um, so that was powerful. And the gift, it wasn't like a specific object, but the gift that I got, sorry, um, was the love and protection of the angels. So that felt really powerful. And I can feel that with me. So I really, that feels really meaningful and I felt like it strengthened my relationship to the angels, and like, we're here for you and we will support you. So, so thank you. It was a powerful experience. I really thank you very
That
much.
is so beautiful because they're so strongly present with us, and it's so amazing. I'm just so grateful for all their support and, you know, all the ascended beings helping us on just such deep levels that we may not even be aware of.
Yeah. Yeah. We face so many challenges here in this world, and we need that
Mhm.
help, that support.
So I want to this is an awareness and I know I've mentioned this to Alice before, but I want to take a moment because back in, and I want to say it was somewhere around 2010 when I first started going to Raise a Healing Church and Falls Church. And there were multiple locations. And I first met Alice because Alice took me under her wings when I was so shy and so reserved to go and show up in my spiritual awakening and my process to attend a church that I could feel safe in. And instantly, Alice took me under her wings and she just said, she was so positive and positive ever since in all the classes that we took together with Wanda's classes. And I just want to take this moment, Alice, and thank you from the bottom of my heart because you can't imagine how grateful I am for what you did because that moment when I started, I felt so safe attending the church services. You were so instrumental in that process because I'm not sure what would have happened if I didn't feel that sacred space and feel like, um, you know, that I could just express myself um, and share my process and just Alice has been, and correct me if I'm mistaken, Alice, but you and Wanda were the ones that started the church how many years ago? How many?
Actually 25. So,
Okay, so
yeah, there was 5 of us that sat once or twice a week, sometimes once, sometimes twice, and we hammered out the Constitution and the bylaws for 2 years. We worked on that, and Wanda channeled Christ, and it was just miraculous how that came together. But I too, Doug, I would have never um, stepped forward as a teacher of God had it not been for the church. I just wouldn't have, So that the Rays of Healing, and even it evolves into different formats, and it's totally on Zoom now, but it's still there. It's still available to anybody who shows up. And I'm just so grateful. And we're grateful for the contributions because we have Donna, who is the producer on the Zoom calls. We have Emily, who is the webmaster. And then we have a bunch of internet things. So I just so grateful for you and all the other speakers who show up, because without the speakers, we wouldn't have the ability to continue this. So
mhm.
thank you.
Yes, and Donna is, you're so dedicated through this whole process. You're just continually dedicated, and you keep me in check of like, are we on schedule? Are we on? We, just all the time of the communication and showing up at all the services. So I your dedication is phenomenal.
Thank you,
So,
Douglas. I I really appreciate that. And you know I like to hide behind the curtain, right? But I'm always here. Thank you. And
Yeah.
I appreciate that you are always willing to jump in and speak and guide everyone. And I would like you to mention your books. You briefly mentioned it, but I would like you to share the books that you've written so that people can look into them also, because you are an author in addition to a speaker, motivational speaker and author.
oh, sure. So I have a book series about body awareness and mindfulness. And the first book is I Am a Feeling Body. They're on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. But the whole idea is that it's a five book series, but the one of the books is an offshoot. It's a storybook that's infused by the first book, but there's basically four tenets that I work on trying to embody myself. One of which is grounding. The second book is about centering. The third book that's going to be published later this year is about breath and breathing. And then the final book is feeling. So those four books that represent those four tenets are offshoots of the first book, which go through those four tenets as a summary. And they're like Dr. Seuss rhyming books. So they're well illustrated, to be fun and rhyming like a Dr. Seuss book for young children. And they're of all ages, even though they're a beginner reader's book, they're meant for all ages because they're meant to embody the feeling of those four tenets and being able to try to teach those four tenets as I develop my own continued empowerment of being more and more grounded and centered and so on in my life, which is a lifelong process. So it's my way of helping children and adults come back into their bodies in a much bigger capacity, because most of my life I've basically lived outside of my body because of all of the childhood trauma. So I've over these years have been coming back into my body to feel that wholeness. And it's a pleasure to me to be able to do these guided meditations because it continually makes me feel even more and more whole as well in that process. So that's sort of and then the offshoot book is like a storybook about a girl, which actually happens to be my daughter, and the symbiotic relationship between her and her horse, and a sentient being that and it's part of my process where I do horseback riding, and I have for the past couple years to increase my body awareness and my ability to learn how to stay grounded and centered and balanced on a horse who is that's a process in itself that's so dynamic that I have to feel safe on the horse, then be able to somehow communicate and interact with the horse, which is such a amazing being. So anyway, that's my books are always a continued part of my process to um, you know become a better version of myself every day in that feeling of embodiment, empowerment. So thanks, Donna, for sharing or asking me to share more of that.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And I did put it in the chat. So anyone who watches this video will have the information, or anyone who wants to jot it down now. So thank you. I didn't realize that you were working on a 5th book. So that's exciting.
Yeah, it should be hopefully out later this year
Oh,
on Amazon. So it's the title is I Am Breath.
mm,
Yep. And uh it's part of that process of allowing the breath to move the energy, which um right now that's part of my process, whether anything more physical that I'm doing, whether it's exercising in the gym or on the horse, it's like breathe, breathe, and relax and breathe. So yeah, it's challenging, but and I'm sorry we ran over a little bit. Anybody have any other comments, questions, or anything to share?
thank you.
Fun.
Thank you, Douglas.
It's been fun, and I look forward to the next time, whenever that is. I'd be happy to join whenever.
Well, I will be sending out the request for speakers in about another month or so in September. So
Okay.
you can have your first pick of the dates if you jump in there.
Oh, and I just wanted to mention to Debbie and Christine um, that I think we're still continuing to invite other speakers, right? I'm not sure what the process is and how booked schedules are, but if anybody wants to be a speaker, um, I think is that I don't want to overstep, any boundaries of what I understand the process is these days, but you guys are is that correct, Donna and Alice, that speakers are always welcomed?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes, we have 4 guest speakers per year, and we are always interested in new topics. And I was going to tell Christine and Debbie also, thank you for joining us. And it is not always necessarily a meditation. It is Rays of Healing. The focus is on healing, but on Monday, our guest speaker was an animal communicator. And one time she did talk about, we have her every year. She did talk about healing your animal and how your animal can tell when you need healing. And then this last week, she talked about how to incorporate your pet into the family. So I'm another guest speaker, which Alice, actually, I was going to talk to you or text you about this, but his focus is acupuncture, acupuncture. And he's a professional acupuncturist. So a wide variety of topics. So thank you, Douglas, for mentioning that. That is definitely correct. And Christine and Debbie, hopefully you will return. You are always welcome. And it is the first Saturday of the month and the third Monday of the month. And then 4 times a year is the guest speaker on Monday evening, the 4th Monday. And you can join the Rays of Healing newsletter to get the schedule.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. This was wonderful. I will be back.
Oh, good. Great.
And Karen, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but thank you for joining us. And I hope you enjoyed the meditation. And if you're still there.
She is.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Douglas. Yes, I feel more grounded and more in my body. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Karen and her cat join us regularly.
And I second what Debbie said. Thank you. And I will come back. This is lovely.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you all and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Yes, and I'm so sorry. I do want to tell Christine and Debbie, well, Jane and Karen also, who typically join, but Alice just is finishing up a series on chakras. And last year she did a series on the Great Rays, and the next year will be on crystals. So that is, I just realized those are other examples. And then Wanda always does what she calls continuing education, and she basically never knows what will come if people need healings or have questions. So she waits to see what comes to her and what people need. So anyway, sorry to cut you off, Alice, as you were thanking everyone, but I also thought, oh wait, Alice and Wanda too, are regular speakers also.
Yeah. And I'll be finishing up in September. I'll be doing the crown chakra. And then so the 7th chakra. And then in October, I'll do the I think it's readings for the audience. So I don't know what's on the schedule for November, but anyway, but God bless everyone, and we will see you next. I guess the next session will be the 3rd Monday of the month.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, it's already the first Saturday of August. So
Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Everybody have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you, everyone.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.